Hey guys. So I said in a post earlier today that I had figured out how paradise is restored in Eden, and I'm going to do my best to catch you up without visuals, so hope you can follow along. Adam and Eve. So Adam had a wife before Eve, and that was Lilith. And on a soul level, Lilith is joy, pretty. So God, joy, and pretty, Satan, the demiurge. And then Adam was beauty, light. And then I was light, love. And so when I ate the apple from the tree of knowledge, what that was symbolic of was me consummating a relationship with Lilith in the form of, like, she came in the form of like a humanoid male, but something I hadn't seen before. I mean, not that I'd really seen anything before, but and there was a whole thing of like, if you really want to know everything, then come and get it. And Lilith had always, the reason why it didn't work out with Adam and Lilith is because she, like, Adam's wife was supposed to be somewhat subservient to him, and she wasn't having that. If you know Joy at all, there's no way she was having that. So that didn't work out, and then God granted Adam a new wife, me. And so when I was made from his rib, he was part light, so then I was part light. And I was also God, who made us, part love from him. And I was much more like eager to please, like that's just me. And Lilith had Samuel, like that's, I don't know enough about him. I know he has something to do with generosity with Jennie, but anyways, she was watching this relationship and she was envious, not because she wanted to be with Adam, but because she wanted to be with me. And she liked, like, oh, well, here's this being who's all loving and giving and subservient, and I want one of those. So that's why she transformed herself and tricked me, and I became pregnant, like I said, via superfecundation, which just means the sperm from two different fathers impregnated me, like at the same time, to create twins, and that's what created Cain and Abel. Cain being the dark side of misery, envy, and Abel being the light side of beauty, joy. And then, I mean, I was just super, super close with Abel. It's not that I didn't love Cain. I did. He just was kind of a miserable bastard, but I still loved him. And Abel and I, yeah, we just like to hang out together all the time. We were just super close. He's so much like Beauty. Beauty just wants, he's like the mama's boy to end them all. He just wants to be with me all the time. And anyway, Tony has like a heart recollection of how it all went down, and it was over something really stupid, like something really petty that finally just broke Cain's back. And I used to dream about this all the time before my awakening. He smashed his brother's head in with a rock. It was really violent and horrible. So when the fall happened, it was really when I learned of Abel's death. Like, it destroyed me. You have to understand, there was no death before him. It was just, everything was paradise. And it shattered my psyche. And in a way, like a multidimensional way I can't explain, it dropped the frequency of Eden. And my spirit dropped from light love to light fear. And Adam's dropped from beauty light to pride light. And so I still had Cain, misery, envy. And then God granted me another son, Seth, who is joy, nature. And I don't really understand where their wives came from, like if they're just reflections of me. I just remember the parts of the story that resonate with me on like that deep soul emotional level. That's how I remember it. It's not so much, I mean, I've had visions, but It's more just something like I remember intuitively. So as far as restoring it goes, it's kind of like at some point there's going to be a reset. And for a long time, I have had this picture in my head of what I called the meadow. And it took me a long time to understand that what I was seeing was what we'd think of as Eden. And it's of a higher dimensional plane than here, but it's still like a physical reality. But things are not static. It's not this density. You can shapeshift. You can become whatever you want. It's so beautiful. Oh my God. It's so gorgeous. You can be and do anything. And I always think of the meadow as my happy place. And so when Tony and I got close, I would tell him about the meadow, and then it became something to him, like it awakened something in him about the meadow, and we would just talk about it all the time. And then meadow and meadows became very synchronistic in my journey and a bit in his, culminating in kind of a big way. I'm not quite ready to share yet. And we always talk about the meadow being our place. Some place that we just needed to have by ourselves as mom and as beauty and joy. And I always felt guilty about that, because the whole point of this game is to have Jennie ascend and to never be apart from Jennie again, and then also for light to reconnect with love and never be apart from my other half again. So it just felt, I don't know, selfish in a way that we would always talk about, well, there's just going to be, I mean, we're God, we can create a place that's just for us, and everybody else, you know, can kind of deal with it. They'll understand. And then today, at 11:11, when he was in the path of totality, he made a wish about us and the meadow. And I was thinking about it. And I don't know, maybe half an hour later, it came to me that what happens with the reset as it pertains to Eden and human beings is we would start all over again. Only this time it would be Eve and Abel. And I won't be myself, I won't be Eve until I ascend my spirit from light fear to becoming light love again. So as Eve, I'll be light love, and Abel will be beauty joy. So the original four of God will be there. And then our twins would be generosity and wisdom. So there's more to it when it comes to generosity and wisdom, but if you know like the whole thing that's going on with the Cupid and Psyche realms, it completely parallels, mirrors that. So Cupid and Psyche have their daughter Hedone, pleasure, and then somewhere along the line my spirit is resuscitated. Well, that's my spirit's resuscitated, and then I have Hedone, and then I fall in love with my kids. I can't help it. So Hedone and I, pleasure and Psyche, the soul, have twins, and that's what's happening on 9/23 in higher realms. Is Psyche gives birth to ecstasy and euphoria. So there is a reset happening. How it manifests in the 3D, I don't know. But the new heavens are being created, and they're incredible. So with the Adam and Eve, or even Abel thing, there won't be the darkness of the Cain bloodline. And, you know, I love my baby boy, but starting over without the demons, without the darkness. And it's going to be amazing. So I just want to share that with you. Oh, and also, so last night I was told to go to McDonald's to get dinner, and I got a Happy Meal. And their Happy Meal toys are the Emoji Movie little things right now. So I get the little brown girl, right? And what is she? Jailbreak. Ah! Like, that's what I think of this place as is jail. Like, I feel like I'm stuck in prison, which for me it is. This is legit hell. So being apart from the ones I love and being a fucking mortal who can't fly. Like, I'm over it. But, yeah, so jailbreak. It's just like a little clue to me that I do get out of this place. I just don't know when. Just gotta be patient. Everything's falling into place the way that it's meant to. I love you, and talk to you soon.